Today is, what is today? It's the 22nd of August, and we are working on an image, another figurative image of volleyballers. I really like this image. I think we could do a lot of different variants using different mediums, and I thought it would be fun to work with different, maybe do some collage as well. I'm just gonna pull you up on my live. I'm not sure why I don't see you guys yet. Let me turn down my volume so that doesn't come up. So if you're here, say hello. Remember to like, thumbs up. Hi Sarah, how are you? Good morning. I was busy uploading a new class. It is the Virtual Art Retreat number 7. And if you are a Patreon, go into your inbox and get that code, because it's a 30% off code until the day before the course starts, and then the code will disappear. So I am going to get my scissors out. I'm also going to get some either black paper if I have some, or it doesn't really have to be black paper, but it can be dark paper if you've got it. I'm going to just rummage through what I've got and see if I do have a piece of black paper, so I thought we could do some collage for this one, as well as creating a little bit of a sunset. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to collage the net, but the figures, yes, and the scene, yes. So let's start with that. Well, let's start with getting the actual landscape on here. I thought doing a large piece would be fun as well, like across the board. And I'm thinking that I would do the landscape or the background in acrylic ink. I didn't advertise that I was going to be on here, but I figured everybody would come over. Hola, 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 Patricia. But we could get some quick sketches done first before we start the collage. Actually, I want to do the background first before I start. I was going to do a collage and do some silhouettes and cut some silhouettes out, Patricia. But why don't we get, I don't know how many materials you have with yourself, Patricia, because I know you're traveling, but I'm going to get a backdrop, so the sunset painted on here first, and then I am going to, and then I want to get the figures cut out, just to do something a little bit different. Shalom, Esty. I'm figuring that you have a celebration in your country. How are you? How are you? Good morning, Meryl. For this backdrop, I think I'm going to be working on, so if you're just joining, we are doing volleyballers today, and I thought it would be nice to do collage and do some silhouettes. I have some black paper that I can cut out these people in, and I was going to do maybe with acrylic ink, because I have indigo. I have to be really careful of the indigo. It's almost like I have to put that down first, maybe, because I don't want the indigo and the yellow to mix. And I have sepia as well. So I have these 4 colors that would work for this, and get a nice sunset on the paper, and then do some quick sketches. Esty said, no celebration, just a regular Tuesday. Ah, well, shalom is what is the exact meaning of shalom, or translation? Okay, so I'm going to work on the top of the sky first. And I do have a little palette somewhere, but I don't know where it's gone, so I think I will dip the white first and make sure I have that on the page, and then I think my blue is actually, oh no, it's okay. I was going to say, I think it's turned a little bit. So my brush is a little bit wet. I don't usually wet my brush, but it just came out of the water for these acrylic inks. If you haven't tried acrylic inks, they're pretty nice. Okay, so good morning, Janice. All right, so there's a lot of sky in this one. If you're just joining, I'm doing a sunset, and then I will be working on silhouettes cut out in paper. So I thought that would be kind of nice. Oh, I have the pink as well for the sunset, which would be nice too. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. I do need a little bit of sepia in between these two. Do I have a little bit? A little bit. I have a little bit. Looks a little bit dirty, that sky. I think just like with any acrylics, you have to work quite quickly. I mean, you can go over these with acrylic inks are nice because you can go over. So you can create layers. I'd like a little bit more wispiness in the top here. I'm going to clean my brush. Shalom means peace, but we say it when we meet or when we go. Like ciao, right? Like ciao ciao, but it probably has a, well, like you said, it has a meaning of peace, which I like. I like that, Esty. Okay, it's gotten a little bit muddy, and I think it's probably because of the sepia. Good morning, Janan. So nice that you guys all join here in the morning. I really do appreciate it. And talking about joining, thank you so much for signing up to my foundations class. I do have a new virtual art retreat that is being released it has been released this morning. And that'll be starting the same week as the foundations. The foundations is great because it's only just one day. Yes, the virtual art retreat is 3 days. It's because there's a lot to cover in traveling to different countries. I mean, we're going to Australia, and Australia is vast, and we're doing the east coast of the USA, and then we are also going to Mexico, which is so full of goodness, and we are coming to Canada as well, which has, I know, I could have probably done 2 of Canada, East Coast and West Coast, but, and the prairies too. All right, I'm going to let this dry, and then I am going to do some quick exercises. Maybe I should keep actually my sepia or my indigo open so I can do some ink. All right, leaving that to the side. We're going to be working on a collage. This is the image. If you are a Patreon, you have this image. So you can go and grab that. Let's try and do some, oh look, this, I found quite a few really pretty feathers in England, and I want to do a little bit of a project. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I've been saving all of them. I found some, look how tiny it is. You can see it if I leave it on here. I want to do, oh, I was going to say, I found some blue tip feathers, which were really tiny, tiny little feathers with a hint of blue on it. And then there were magpie feathers and crow feathers and dove feathers, a lot of those. Not so many sparrow feathers, but I think I found a couple. Anyway, I was hoping for like something exotic, but I don't know. Like really, there aren't too many exotic birds in. I wanted a woodpecker feather, but they didn't leave me any. So, all right, let's do some. If everybody is up for it, some silhouettes. I'm going to do the ball first. I'm going to put the ball first, and then I'm going to work with the silhouettes around it. And I'm just going to use a paintbrush. I don't want to use one of my good paintbrushes. I'm going to just use one of these. These actually, my daughter, she picked these up for makeup, just on like Alibaba or somewhere like that. So I don't know how they are going, and she didn't like them. So she's like, do you want them? And I'm like, I'll try them. So I'm going to try them today. C says, good morning. I'm running out the door in 10 minutes, but wanted you to know I'm thinking of you and slowly working on catching up. Yay! Oh yes, talking about catching up. This morning at 10, we will be meeting for a Patreon meet. I know that not everybody will be able to join, but I wanted to squeeze in Cornwall with Christina before she goes back to England. So that's what we're doing. And I'm just going to move this little feather, this little guy. All right, are we ready? We're going to do some silhouettes. Okay. I think that means that you cannot make the meet. That's okay, see, you can catch up. All right, I'm going to get the ball in first. Do we need to time it? I don't think we need to time it. I'm waiting for my other image to dry so that we can add some collage silhouettes. I'm not that brilliant at cutting out, so it'll be a good challenge. And I'm not very good at drawing a ball freehand. Trying to get a ball perfectly round is probably impossible. Okay, that's as round as it's gonna be. I know the photos are lovely from Cornwall, aren't they? So that'll be fun. Whoops. Hand, elbow, forearm, bicep, tricep, shoulder, lat. What do you call them? Your lateral, this one here, underneath your arm. And the shoulder down here. The neck is in between. Everything is foreshortened as well because, you know, it's not a body straight on. Waist and hip. See, my indigo has gone a bit green. I think I have mixed it at some point, which I'm not too happy about. This arm looks a little funny over here. I think I've forgotten to do the shoulder part. Okay, so I'm going to extend this area over here. Well, oh, now I think I've made the body too big. Oh well. No, I'm not going to cut this out. This is just practice. It's supposed to be a quick exercise, this one, Meryl. And I have black paper. Well, not very black paper, but I have black paper to cut out for the other scene. So this is just practicing my silhouettes, and then I will cut out freehand on the black paper. Draw with the scissors, should I say. I'm going to draw with my scissors rather than sketching it out. I'm going to try doing that. Yeah, look, my blue has definitely turned almost like a phthalo green, or like an evergreen color. Okay. I have like another person down here, so the other person is going to be in the background. They are waiting for the ball, you can tell. I do not see this the foot of the person that is jumping in the air, because it is obscured by the silhouette behind him. Yeah, I don't think it's very proportioned at all, but anyway. Maybe I should just move a little faster and not worry too much. Ooh, there's one guy here who's very tall. He's in the back here. Actually, this paintbrush is not so bad. I don't know if it's a paintbrush or a makeup brush, but it holds the ink really well. So, I mean, it could be one of my preferred ink brushes, because it has a really nice tip and it seems to hold it really well. Huh. Maybe it would be good for writing, even though I don't write too much. Okay, so then we, oops, I almost have a few little fingers on the hand here. Oops, that also I made a little bit too big. Let's put the other hand on. 2, 3, 4. I liked yesterday's because we were able to capture movement, but when there's like, I don't know, when it's silhouetted like this, I think the movement will come down here in the sand when we do the, which is not going to be easy when we're doing the cutouts. Um, there are way too many legs in the group on the left. I know. Well, I have 1, 2, which is with this guy, and this guy has 3, 4. Oh yeah, you're right. This one is no, that's right. I've got 6 legs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You mean of yours or of mine? Ah, you're drawing upside down. Well, that makes sense. To get a little confused there. I had my fix of upside down drawing yesterday. All right, I do want to get the silhouette of the trees back here. I'm going to make this a little bit wider below this line. And just breaking up this horizon with a few tree silhouettes in the background. It doesn't have to really be anything particular. And the ground here is obviously going to be very dark. There's a little bit of water behind all of them here. And it's lighter here because the sand is kicking up. So I'm going to just add a little bit of water there and then darken it on either side. Oh, and I got splatters up here. Well, that can be just sand that's kicked up. Let's try and do this lovely, hang on, I'm going to get some trees in on this side too. And get the mass shape in, and then you can come in with, see how great this little tip is? Fantastic, I like it. See, you don't always have to buy the most expensive things to create or to get the same or to get your effects with your paint and brush strokes. I'm going to see how it washes up, and that'll be the deciding whether it does a good job staying its shape. Bye, C. Patrice says, mine look like gazelles. Good morning, bonjour, Alessandra. Comment ça va? All right, I'm gonna get the net in. So Alexandra, at the beginning of this morning, some of us, I'm not sure if anybody else has, but we prepped a page, a large page, and then I'm going to cut out silhouettes, or try cut out silhouettes. But right now, I am just playing around with silhouettes here on the page. Okay, I can put a middle line in. Always try and see where, if there are there's a partition within, for example, these this net, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There will be a middle line which will help you proportion your lines. Always go from the middle out and try and, because your eye will see the middle very easily, so it just is easier rather than having to measure everything. And there is our first volleyball. Thank you, Alexandra. It's very simple. I think I could probably go over a little bit more. I'm just dipping really deep down here. This is the sand. We've deciphered that this is the sand being kicked up by the volleyballers. And I'm using these makeup brushes that my daughter did not like. So she said, do I want them? And I'm like, well, I will try them. So I have a few of these, and they're really lovely for ink, actually. They hold the ink nicely, and it has a good tip on it. So yeah, I quite like them. All right, that is our quick exercise, which has taken a little bit longer than being quick. I am moving on to the collage. So I'm going to cut out, and I don't have my small scissors here. Oh no, I'm probably going to use these big scissors then. I'm going to cut out as much as I can in black for this piece. So I'm going to start probably by, maybe I'll start with the figures. I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm going to have a look. I don't have to do them individually, but I do need to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out. I'm just trying to think. Do I have more than this in my drawer? Because I'm going to need some for the bottom down here. You know what? I'm going to cut. Just going to go along here. I'm just going to cut the tree line and get that in. And it's very haphazard. And I'm going to have to use some kind of glue. I do have Mod Podge. I could use Mod Podge, or I can just use a glue stick. I think I have a glue stick lying around. It does get a little bit lighter in the middle, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I can always go over it with a little bit of yellow. All right, so this is going to be quite thin. And we'll see how much longer I need to make it. So this is going to be back here. I need to pull that up a little bit. And I need to extend it on this side. Let's just get some glue. I'll push this up a little bit. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, everybody. I have 2 people that always give a thumbs up. Do I want to ask who it is? Or do I think I can guess? I don't know. Okay. There we go. And let's extend this. I don't want to get glue on my iPad, so I'm going to just move this over here. if you're just joining, the image is on Patreon for you all. Okay. Janan says, I was able to yesterday. Thank you. Okay. I have, see, okay, so here's a little trick. It doesn't really work too well because I have a mess here on the back. But because I've done a silhouette this way and cut it, if you turn it around, you can use, I'll go really thin here. You can use the other side without having to cut everything and make it also into a silhouette of trees. I'm just going to make this slightly smaller so that it matches here. So that's the fun part with using paper, is that you don't just have to use it one way, you can use it the other way as well. No, you have to do it every time, Patricias. Every time you come on, you have to do thumbs up. Because it's like, if you do more thumbs up, then it means that you've liked the video and people can see that, no, people can't see that you've liked it, but it's, I guess it's the whole system. Not that I have many people watching this, but it means that the video will get to the top. I think it's just within my whole like within my videos. Okay, I'm worried that I'm gonna run out of black, but I will see. I'm gonna make the water in the back here a little bit larger than it actually is, and I'm going to just waver the edge of the shoreline because I don't really want it like completely straight, so I'm going to waver that a little bit. Is anybody else doing a collage? Meryl? Patricia? Are you collaging? Okay, so I've just taken off the edge there, and I'm going to glue the whole bottom here like this. I have to cut some more paper on the other side because it's not long enough. It is quite nice having a big sketchbook like this that opens up completely flat. This is the Pith sketchbook. I am loving the Pith sketchbook. And I wish they sold it over here in Canada. You know when you find something? I'm glad I bought two. So I have another one after this, which I'm really considering using for the month of September. Okay, and over here, I'm going to have to find some other black paper. Like, this is crazy. I'm going to run out of black paper. I want to stick this over here, but I need to just get this on par with this cut here. There, like that. And it does start to go up. So for example, I have trees over here. Now I'm not sure if I can cut these tiny, tiny, tiny little silhouettes of leaves on these trees, but I'm going to just try and haphazardly make an edge that doesn't look so regular. You know, when you're doing a lot of collage, you learn to move the paper and not your scissors. So you need to put pressure on your scissors a little bit so that they are cutting constantly, but it's the movement of the paper that you use to cut. Does that make sense? Okay, so this is going to be up here, and I need to cut a straight line here. The straight line's not brilliant, but I can adjust it. Okay, we are getting there. Patricia says, nope, I cannot do it so quickly. What can't you do so quickly? Oops. Okay, sticking that together, I cut a little bit on the edge here. I can use a bit of paper for there. Well, it's really sticking very nicely as well, which is great. Again, I can use the edge here to create almost like a tree at the top, maybe. I would like to use it this way around though, so I'm going to cut into this area, make it a little bit more irregular. I really enjoy doing silhouettes with paper. I don't know if you guys enjoy it as well. Okay, this is going to be up here, so I'm just going to stick this. There is going to be a little bit of room on the side here, which I have to adjust. This is just craft paper as well. Oh, the collage you can't do so quickly. Okay. So I'm going to stick this here so I have that together, those edges. And then I have to clean this little area up. So, oh, I should have cut that straight. Hang on. Just need to pull this up again. I'm going to cut this straight because it's going to be very hard to make a join if there is movement up there in that particular area. It's a lot easier to have a straight line. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this whole area, cut top here. And here, and then also make this irregular too. And then I can stick this up here. Like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would like those little areas to be black though, so let's have a look if I can fill these in with the bits that I have remaining. One little bit, and then a thin slither over here. Aristotle is here. Hello, Aristotle. With your non-understandable language, I apologize for not understanding you. All right, let me see if there's any more black in my okay. may have to... Why don't I have any black paper? There must be some black paper somewhere. You know what? I have things like this, which I can cut out. So this is in my scrap pile. So I'm going to cut the black area out so I can put figures. I mean, I probably could make some. Here's also a little bit of black. Cut that out. That can be one figure as well. I thought that I would have enough, honestly. I thought that I would have enough black paper. Here's a landscape that I can cut up a little bit. This is my collage drawer that I have, like images that I don't really care for that I can cut up. I went through my drawers and I'm like, don't like that. I can cut that bit up. And because I'm wanting to do some more collage, I can use these areas. And there's a lot of black, so that's good. Like this ship. Use that. This is why I save my drawings, that even if I don't like them, because there's color on them. And this one too. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, we need, now you can either sketch it out or you can just go, you know, try and figure it out. Like this is kind of similar shape to that body, so I'm going to try it. We only have 15 minutes left, so let's get this going. I need to start with the hand, which is the highest point. And I'm going to, you know what's difficult is I'm drawing, maybe if I was drawing upside down, it may help. It's the space in between that's really important. Like the negative space when you're doing silhouettes. Maybe I should sketch it out. It's very difficult doing it like this. My brain has to think upside down, right side up, even when I'm just looking at the photo. I'm trying to see what it is, how it is from upside down, right side up. Just wait. It's not gonna look like I think it's gonna look, or how it should be looking. The legs are all very, very disproportioned, unproportioned. Oh my goodness. And I don't know where that foot is, but let's just leave it there. Okay, and I don't have that movement of the hand, of the arm. I'm gonna leave it like that. Let's see. And he's really small. That's not big enough. He needs to be bigger. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of little people. Okay. I may have to sketch it out. Are you guys laughing? Oh my God. Alexandra says, I'm screaming inside my head. Oh no, not this one. Oh no, not that one. I like these sketches. Thanks. Okay. All right, so that was a fail. Let's try, I'm gonna try sketching him out on here. I don't know if he's gonna be even big enough here. If I look at the shape of this body, it needs to be a lot wider. Do I have a piece of paper that is wider? Hang on, I do have craft paper. Wait a second. My never used craft pad that I have in my drawer just in case. 400 pieces of this is what happens when you are obsessed with art materials and you go to somewhere like Walmart and there is a pack for like $6 and you can get all these colors for $6. Well, yes, it's fantastic, but no, I now have like a lot of paper in my drawer that I'm not going to be using. So maybe I have to use it. Anyway, I know that there's black in here, so that's good. Instead of me struggling, let's get a couple of pieces out. Okay. But I do like these that have like textures on. Okay, I'm just gonna have to use these for another time. Let me clean those up, put them back in my collage drawer. Am I even gonna get this done in 12 minutes? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna have to sketch it out. Like I can't, I'm gonna do a very quick sketch. And I will use I wonder if this shows up. Oh yeah, it does show up. It's dark, but it will show up. So, because my figures are gonna have to be here, I'm going to, and I don't know what to do for the net. What are you guys doing for the net? Are you drawing it or are you collaging it? Okay, he's too high. I'm gonna start with the ball. What do you suggest I should do with a net? Okay, we've got one figure in. I'm going to put this guy in the back as well, because he's kind of waiting over here. And then this one here, jumping up. This one over here, standing. I want to get some figures on because this is a volleyball collage and it needs some figures. Okay, one head, two heads, three head, and a body, leg, leg, lots of legs. We know and have determined that there may be extra legs over here just because it's a little bit confusing. Body, body, body. Okay, let's get these cut out. Anybody decided how they're going to do the, how they are going to do the net? You guys all cutting? You can't type and cut. I do realize that. Okay. A little trick is to not have a massive piece of paper while you're cutting. Like, have a smaller piece of paper. Like, it really does help. Don't, you know, think that you can do wonders while holding a massive piece of paper, especially if these can be added separately. I mean, obviously, if it's one piece of paper that you want and you want it all intact, then you're going to have to deal with that. But so silhouettes, I think it's a lot to do with the negative space and the shapes of the negative space. I don't have a tiny scissors, so I'm just like these little areas that are these little scissors, or an X-Acto knife would definitely be better for the inside shapes that are the negative space. I gotta get the volleyball guy in for sure, so I'm rushing to get these just cut so that there's more than just one person here. Let's just get this in between these guys cut out. Not the best scissors for this. Nobody has an idea of how they are going to do the net. I think I may have to just do it with pen because, you know, I can't think of any other way to do it. And I should probably think about doing that sooner than later. Okay, let's get this guy cut out. This guy is a little bit more simple in form. I'm going to cut the majority out. One thing I learned today, it's very difficult to paint with Nitram on top of acrylic. Ah, yes. Well, I guess it's probably the same as using charcoal on top of acrylic. It becomes almost like a messy patina. But that is good to know. I will not be doing that then. Gosh, I hope this isn't going to look like he doesn't have another arm. It should be that there's that feeling of foreshortening, but I'm not sure if it's going to show that. Ugh. And what can we really expect? Like, you know, how often do we do collages? To be expected to do this in a way that is going to turn out brilliantly is a little bit, you know, we're just over, it's an over expectance. What do you call that? When you're expecting too much of yourself? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, his leg was a little bit off. I want that down a little bit. Yeah, it's this elbow. It doesn't look. It should have been down a little bit. You know what? I can bring this, his trousers in a little bit, and then his body so that it, maybe that'll help a little bit. And no, he looks like he has one arm. Oh well. Maybe he does only have one arm. Patricia says, for the net, do it with pen. Janice says, bye everyone, going for a walk with my husband. Today is our 53rd anniversary. Woohoo! Congratulations, Janice. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your anniversary walk. I hope you go for a lovely dinner and yeah, enjoy. That's special. Okay, let's get a couple more figures in. Get these hands in. I may go a couple of minutes over because I really don't want to leave it just not finished. Okay, this will need to come in. And hands. Okay, this guy here, he's jumping up. Does not look right. He looks like he's got a bulge in his back here. My goodness. Definitely more comfortable with paint. No, there are some people who make collage look very easy, like our good friend in Finland, Miss Maria. She makes it look very easy. You're too kind, Patricia, really. All right. It's all about the shapes, really is. And I know, you know, we do go over this in my foundation course that's coming up. We are going to do quite a few silhouettes. It's going to be part of the course, because this is something that I do look at a lot when I'm looking at an image. It's shapes. You've probably seen that or noticed that when I'm doing a portrait. I look at the shape of the face, not necessarily contouring it until after I found the shape. Oh my goodness, trying to cut a round circle ball is not easy. It's just going to be one of those a little bit deflated balls. There we go. All right, I need, it's now 8 o'clock, but I'm going a little bit over. Okay, I'm going to move my figures, not lose any of them. Move my figures down here. And then I am going to draw the net with, I was going to draw it with pen. Do I have a pen that is going to give me a really nice mark and that is not going to pick up, hang on, let me see. Okay, I'm going to just use this pen. It is just a Sharpie. It's not going to be perfect. That should have gone out. It's okay. is a big net. A big net. No, I think my figures are going to be too small for this. Oh well. We'll see. I think I should have used a dip pen for this net, but I think it just would have taken too long to dry. I'm going to go over this top string, and I'm just going to do this. So that it doesn't look so regular on the bottom. And let's get some sticky sticks on. Okay, I'm going to use this black paper just to have as my way of getting glue on my silhouettes. Put them as close as I can to the net. The net is way too big. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh no, never mind. Doesn't matter. Okay, this guy is up that way. This guy has to be on the, oh, maybe it works. Maybe it'll work. And we have this guy. Oh, well, let's put the ball in. The ball is kind of important. The ball that doesn't really look like a ball. You can be jumping up here, and then we have one guy in the back here just hanging out waiting for the ball to come to him. You know, one of those. There's always one of those. Just waiting. There we go. Oh my gosh. Thank you for listening to me having my issues this morning with silhouettes and collage. We got it done, and we got a little painting done too. I don't know, would you prefer the painting or the collage? I don't know. I think could have put a little bit more movement in the sand down here. That could be adjusted, but thank you, SD. All right, well, we made it work. It's always good to start the day with a little bit of art and play. Don't you love that phrase? All right, well, maybe that'll be a tagline that I can work with. Have a really good day, everybody, and shalom, SD. Bye, everyone. Oh, see you at 10 if you're coming to the Cornwall meet. Bye. Don't forget to like. Bye. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Bye, everyone. I can't wait to see yours. Please tag me in your post so that I can share yours as well. Bye, everyone.